Here we are with another video here on the channel. Thank you for joining me today. And we're just going to roam around. We have no plans on where we're going. We're just going to go. And I'm in pedal mode right now. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better talking. I'm wearing a different helmet today. I'm wearing what I call the salad bowl, the more traditional bike helmet, as opposed to my motorcycle helmet, which I like to wear riding this bike because I ride at kind of fast speeds. But this way here, you hopefully can hear me much better. Kind of a cloudy day here in Oregon today. We've got smoke mixed in with the clouds there. There's definitely clouds, but there's also smoke in the air from wildfires that are around. But I can't really tell the smoke. It's not bothering me. Some people have it affecting their eyes and such, but it hasn't bothered me. So here I am going 13.9, pretty consistent. Oh, 14 miles an hour. That's just in pedal assist 1. I wanted to talk a little bit about mid-drives. I know nothing about a mid-drive bike, the mid-drive motor for a bike, and I'm just curious as to what they're like. I've never ridden one. I've only watched videos on other people who have ridden them, but curious myself as to what they'd be like if I'd ever want to buy one, or I'd love to try one. But, so if you have any comments on mid-drive motors versus hub motors, please leave comment in the comments section and let me know what it's like to drive a ride a mid-drive motor bike. Here, I'll get it out. It's intriguing to me, that one, as is the scooter. I've not ridden a scooter before, and those look like they'd be interesting to try. I don't think I'd ever want to ride a unicycle. Unicycles, they just don't look like they'd be my thing. I mean, they look, I don't know, that wouldn't be for me. Scooter though, yes, especially the wider wheeled ones. Those really narrow, small scooters, I don't know if I'd like that. But something that's got the bigger wheels on it, yeah, that'd be fun to ride. I don't know how fast I'd want to go. I'd have to get on one and try it and see how comfortable I felt. Like going the speed I am right now, 14 miles an hour on a scooter is probably what I would do, but maybe after you get used to it, you know, it's a different story. You'd want to really let it go and see. But I'd have to get comfortable on one first, but I'd sure like to try one though. The skateboard one, that doesn't interest me. I don't think I'd want to ride the skateboard or the unicycle. Those ones are out for me. But the scooter and and also the mid-drive e-bike, I'd like to try that. I saw another woman the other day on an electric bike, and I was talking to her there. Whenever I see anybody with an e-bike, I want to go up to them and ask them what they think, and what do they think of their e-bikes and all. And this lady said she just loved it, and she said she wouldn't give her e-bike up for anything. And the only thing is, she wasn't wearing a helmet, so I didn't say nothing to her, but I think it's wise to put a helmet on just to be safe. When I first got my Rad Rover, my first electric bike, I used to ride it without a helmet too, but I don't do that anymore. It's not safe to, you don't know what's going to happen, you know. It's a lot safer to cover your bases, be protected. Oh, I've got nasty squeaky brakes. Alright. I'm just going to, after I get off this road here, I'm going to just do a little speeding up with the pedal assist and see what we have going on here with the Grizzly. Nice thing about a bike, another positive thing about the electric bikes or any bike, you can avoid the speed bumps sometimes, which is nice. But once we get down here, we'll do a little speeding up here with the pedal assist to get by the stop sign. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's go. This is pedal assist 1. Hopefully you can still hear me once we get going faster. I'll talk lower to the camera here. So this is pedal assist 1. So you can probably crank it up, like I'm pedaling a little bit extra. Okay, let's go to 2 and you can feel it kick in. It probably ups you about 3 miles per hour, I'd say. Almost 3 miles per hour. Let's go up to pedal assist 3. You can feel it kick in every time. Oh yeah, that goes a lot faster. 3 will get you over 22 miles an hour. Can't even keep up with the pedaling. We are going down slight downhill, so that's probably feeding it a little bit there. Okay, we're getting more level here, but we're coming up to a stop sign. So I'll have to go past the stop sign. We're going to go down a little bit. Let's go around at this stop sign. Let's do a right turn. Alright, now this is still in pedal assist number 3. You need a lot of runway, I'll tell you, to be able to get this thing cranked right out. It covers a lot of ground fast. So this is pedal assist 3. There's 4, and we're coming up to a stop sign. 4 gets you to 24 miles an hour. I'll tell you, pedal assist 3 is probably the one, if you want to do a steady 20 miles per hour, I think pedal assist 3 would be your way to go. Now let's see what 4 does here once we get up to full. Yeah, 4 gets going a little bit too much, and you can't keep up with the pedaling. So 3 is probably the one. Let's go a little, we're going uphill now, so this is going to be a good test. This is number 5, going uphill. Yeah, see, that's pretty good though, 22 miles an hour uphill into a wind, a little bit of a wind. So we're back at pedal assist 5. We're kind of more on level ground now. There's 6. 7, no, 6. Let's go. So that was pedal assist 6. I said 7, but there is no 7. So we were up to 6. Now, boy, when you're in 6, it sure takes up. Now it got up to 27 miles an hour, but I was going down a hill slightly. But using any of the pedal assists are going to sure save a little bit on your battery. I would say number 3 is probably the one if you wanted to go like at a pretty good pace on the highway. If you didn't want to use full speed, like and throttle. If you just wanted a pedal assist, I think 3 might be your best one, because 4 is getting to where you can't keep up with the motor. It's going too fast. Maybe even 3. Let me try it again here, going down here. Going down a little bit hill, but then I'm going to be going uphill. Yeah, even 3. You know what? 3 you can't even keep up with it, really. So I think the only ones you can really use, yeah, pedal assist 2. 1 and 2. I think 3 you'd have to keep pedaling a little bit and then coasting, because it's just going to be too much. Yeah, this one definitely has more power than my other bike, the Rad Rover. Like pedal assist 1 is probably, that one's pedal assist 2 or 3. So this one is in pedal assist 2 going up that hill, and it's still 14 miles an hour. Yeah, so I think 2 is probably the one you'd use. 1 or 2. 2 probably, yeah. 3 might be just too much. Can't keep up with it. Even now I'm about to go downhill here. Fun to coast downhill because you get to save on your battery. Now I've gone 9, not all this trip here, but in the last day or so, I've gone 9.2 miles and my battery still says 99%. I should do a complete week of just riding on a fully charged battery and only using pedal assist, and that could, you know, I could use any gear, 1, 2, or 3 pedal assist, 1, 2, or 3, or whichever. I don't think I would ever, well, I shouldn't say would never, but I don't know if I'd get up to 6, because you can't keep up with the pedaling. But and just see how far you get, I've never done a real range test on this, and I'm wondering though, pedaling, just how far you would get. Say you just use pedal assist 1, which is probably here where I am impossible to do because we have a lot of hills around and there's just no way you can stay on. If you could stay on flat ground, I'd love to see exactly what this thing can do just strictly on flat ground. But that's totally impossible to do here, so can't do that. So you'd need, I like to throttle when I'm going up those bigger hills because there's no way you can pedal up, get up them. I mean, you could, I guess you could pedal and try it, but when you have the other means, you don't want to throttle it. But this bike, Grizzly, is sure a nice bike either way, whether you're pedaling, throttling, or both. I mean, it'll do both. I've heard some people say though that it's not the greatest for pedaling. You know what? Unless you're, maybe they're taller than I am. I'm only 5'9". Maybe they're 6'3". I could see that being a problem, getting kind of cramped legs, you know, because the seat doesn't adjust on this bike. But for me, I have no problem pedaling. It doesn't affect me at all. I don't have no issues with pedaling this bike. And this is in pedal assist 2 still, and steady here, and we're going up a little bit of a hill. Pretty steady at 16.6. It is an amazing bike. There's a couple of new bikes that have just come out recently, within the last while. One of them that's been making the rounds is called Me Bike. That's M-E-E-B-I-K-E. That's one. There's another one called the KK Bike. That's K-K-B-I-K-E. And then there's a couple of other ones that I've forgotten the name now. There's so many bikes coming out. Makes for good competition, but it's harder for those newer bike companies to get into the game, because the more established ones, you know, have already got their foot in the door, so it makes it hard for other companies to try to get into the game. But it is pretty cool. I like to see lots of competition out there. Hopefully it'll drag our prices down, because the prices right now are going the other way. They're going up as opposed to down. I'm going to throttle to get across. I'm just going to do a turn, laying a little rubber right there. There we go. Now we're still in pedal assist too. Let's see what we hit this. 16 miles an hour right there on the speed sign there. One thing I haven't done with this bike is gone on any dirt bike paths. So I can't give you an update on what it can do in that type of environment, but I'm sure it'll do well. I don't know what it would do with these tires. These are stock tires. Everything on my bike is stock. I haven't changed anything. I added the phone mount, and that's basically about it. I had a mirror. I bought a mirror, but it doesn't fit. That's about it. Well, that's gonna do it for another video on the channel. Thank you for joining me today, and please hit the like button and subscribe. Tell your friends about us, and don't forget we are on Twitter at Oregon eBiker Mark. So you can hit us up there. And we'll catch you next time on the channel. Until then, take care.